Okay, we are just waiting for the spectator delay. As you can see the timer counting down there, we got about 2.5 minutes until the match starts. I am trying to pull in some players that are not on the roster for game one to commentate throughout game one. Otherwise, it'll be a pretty silent game, and you can just sit back and enjoy.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned. blood.
Blaine is quickly turning this one around and now has a 1,000 gold lead and ties up a score 3-3. Blaine now increases their lead at 7-3 and has a 2,000, well, 2,500 gold lead.
kill.
team's turret has been destroyed.
Red team's turret has been
Yo! What is up?
Okay, we will be back with game 2 very shortly. They're just going through the draft stage right now, and we'll get back into the game. Thank you all for being here on a Friday night. We did just hit Twitch affiliate, so feel free to subscribe to Blaine Esports. We got streams every week. Hey, look at that. We've got a new follower, and apparently the pop-ups have not been updated yet, but looks like Valorant overlay is still in effect. But we'll fix that alert box later. We are affiliate now, so you can give us that free Twitch Prime. Grab your mom and dad's free Twitch Prime sub and go ahead and sub. Give us a follow. Blaine won game 1 there. We are up against Apple Valley High School tonight. Apple Valley has won both their games in week 1 and both their games in week 2, so they are sitting at a 4-win, 0-loss, 0 split season. Blaine has won 2 of their first against Egan, and in the second week they split against Roseville, I believe, or Rogers, one of the two. Can't recall, but they ended up with 3 game wins and 1 loss so far out of the 2 weeks. And then they just won game 1, so that would make win number 4 on the season. Like I said, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Get that free Twitch sub in there from Amazon Prime. Get that going. Game 2 will be starting shortly. We'll get you back in as soon as possible, and we will have commentating on game 2. Coach Spades is going to take over along with one of our players, and they will be able to walk you through game 2. So getting the production level up a little bit here. Stick around. We'll be back shortly. Alright, players are just getting ready, and then we'll have a short spectator delay. As you can see, Blaine has switched up their team to get a few more players in. We got an unranked and a bronze in there now. Going to be a good matchup here for game number 2. Be back shortly, and I'll get you in as soon as possible.
Draven out. The weak fear the shadows.
Fear controls them. You have the heart of a weakling. I do not tolerate cowardice.
As teams are getting their picks in, it is not too late to get those free Twitch Prime subs in there. Once again, just link up your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch, and you get 1 free subscription per month. Send it on in towards Blaine Esports. We would greatly appreciate it.
So I don't.
All right, as we wait for our spectator delay, we got about 3 minutes. I will get both spectators and commentators in here. We will be joined by Monty's shortly, and Spades, Coach Spades, will be here to talk about all of the strategy that went into the picks, the bans, and commentate throughout the game. So they will be joining us very shortly. Sit back, relax. This is game 2 of 2. We play a best of 2 here in the MNVL, just so we don't take up your whole Friday night. Hope everyone's doing well, and we'll get started shortly. Thank you.
Down like Freddy from iCarly.
All right. And we're live.
We're live.
Welcome to week 3 of Blaine Esports League of Legends. I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm new here. I'm one of the players, and I'm casting today. I'm excited to be here.
Sweet. Very nice. Today, we are here for Game 2. Blaine brought home a victory in Game 1 pretty handily. Game 2 here, we have a pretty exciting team comp, I would think, for Blaine. We have Sion, Belveth, Seraphine, Zaya, and Rakan. And for Apple Valley, they have Kled, Sejuani, Aurelia, Caitlyn, and Xerath.
I'm really interested to see how this game goes. I'm not going to lie. I think top lane is going to be really aggressive with Kled early game. But what I'm really looking forward to is the mid lane, because Aurelia can make so many plays on a mage, like levels 1, 2, 3, that it should be pretty much action packed right from the get go. And then bot lane should be really exciting with the Zyra Khan duo, which is really fun to see. I love watching Zyra Khan, and I'm very biased because I'm a support, but I really do like watching Zy and Rakan duel it out in the bot lane. So I'm very excited to see those two.
For sure, there should be a lot of early game pressure, especially from Apple Valley's side. When I look at these two comps, I definitely see Blaine's as the much more scaling centric,
Scaling
trying
heavy.
to get those 3-4 items online and getting to those team fights. And
We're seeing end game. Yeah, I'm thinking Blaine is looking pretty unbeatable end game. Early game, I think Apple Valley just kind of runs the show. There's not much Blaine can do to stop them.
Absolutely, for sure. So as we're hopefully hopping into game pretty soon, looking at some of the rune choices. So Sion has opted for the Grasp of the Undying, pretty stock standard.
I like that.
Bel'Veth has opted for the Conqueror, which also is pretty normal stock standard. Seraphine has the Arcane Comet, also pretty standard as well.
That's interesting.
The Lovers duo in the bot lane, Xayah with the Lethal Tempo, and Rakan with the Guardian.
Okay. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I am a little bit interested to see the Comet mid Seraphine. Normally you see Seraphines, I would say support Seraphines running Airy or possibly Dark Harvest in mid lane. So Comet is a little, I'm not going to say unusual because one of the best choices, but I don't know. I'm interested to see how it'll work. Aurelia is not a champ that's too susceptible to poke, you know? She's really high mobility. She's very all in. You can't exactly get her out of lane. She has a lot of healing when it comes to the Qs and the, well, if she's good enough, the Triumph heals, but I don't know. It's really hard to get Aurelia out of the game.
Yes,
I feel like if she manages to control the early game really well into the Seraphine or Ernestiana, there's not a whole lot she can do realistically. It's kind of just she has to call for jungle really, really quick, you know? Like there's not a whole lot the Bel'Veth can do in this scenario besides sit mid for the first 4, 5, 6 levels. All right. New side leash from Caitlyn Xerath. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty stock standard. The only thing that's a little interesting is Bel'Veth opts for the top lane leash from the Sion, which is pretty normal in Sion lanes. Sion doesn't necessarily care if he gets too behind in the early game, as you know, later into the game he becomes that tanky Sion no matter really how much gold he has.
You can perform as well or as horribly as you want to. Sion's still going to be the same champ in the late game. Pretty much unkillable. He's not going to be doing a whole lot of damage, but you cannot kill that man. There's absolutely no stopping him between him and his Nexus as soon as it reaches, what, 30, 40 minutes?
For sure. And as you were talking about, some of that early game aggression coming out of the Aurelia, hitting that level 2, getting a solid chunk onto Seraphine. This early laning definitely looking a little rough for Yaz on that Seraphine, but this is kind of to be expected when you take that matchup specifically.
Listen, man, you don't respect that level 2, that level 3 on Aurelia, you are going to get bullied out of lane. You are not going to be able to play. She stacks up those 4 passive stacks on you, and you have to run. You cannot face Aurelia.
Yeah, a bit of a little sneaky red buff invade from Sejuani. Looks like she went blue Gromp into invading Bel'Veth's red. So now she walks back to the Wolves. Bel'Veth now kind of looking around. Where'd my red buff go?
Bel'Veth's a little lost. Not much she can do there.
Yeah. Decides to just continue the full clear, taking the Krugs. Very nice. Nothing too crazy.
Ooh. Oh, it's not very good. Okay.
Another solid chunk by Aurelia mid lane. Both of them out of potions in the mid lane, so kind of the damage that they both connect kind of sticks now, so to speak. Seraphine does have that teleport available to her, so she can kind of get back to lane for free in this early game. Aurelia definitely looking for the kill with that Ignite as well.
Kled, man. Kled is, I mean, top lane, immediately looking at both the champs without even knowing how they're playing. Both of these demons in the top lanes are just completely unkillable. Bel'Veth is in a lot of trouble here. 4-man rotating dragon, there's nothing she can do. She's not there.
Unfortunately, both their mid and bot lane had prio for Apple Valley, so both of them end up collapsing on Bel'Veth, trying to go for that Scuttle Crab. And that
We're
one
gonna
as a
be looking
jungler
at a
definitely
what?
feels brutal.
Yeah, no. In Dragon Pit, especially getting CC lock like that, we're looking at an Apple Valley first blood at 4 or 5 minutes. I can't read the clock.
Yeah, about 4:17-ish.
4:17.
And so yeah, a bit of an early lead for Apple Valley, but again, that's kind of what we expected, right? Based on these matchups, they have that much more early game centric comp. It's kind of expecting that Blaine should get bullied at least a little bit. But so far, I think this position is relatively fine. Like you're down a little bit, but it's nothing too crazy.
I don't think it's anything to freak out over. No.
Yeah, for
I mean,
sure.
worst case scenario, kill goes to ADC. Probably the worst person to give the kill to, but honest to God, what's she gonna do with 300 gold? I mean, you got boots at 4 minutes, 400 gold, I should say. Longsword, maybe. I don't know.
For sure.
I think they should still be able to recover.
This top lane matchup getting a little close as Klutz flashing in. Oh,
We got a Kled flash, possibly a kill in the top lane. Stacking up that Conqueror. We'll see if Sion can't kill him with passive.
looks like Sion flashed over the wall, and
Maybe he's able to get out of that.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's out of there.
That was actually pretty impressive.
Yeah, definitely was not looking too bright, but it was
No.
flash for flash, and I think relatively Sion, if you're playing Sion, you're definitely okay with that for that early game trade.
Xayah is getting poked out of lane pretty hard here. I mean, to be expected with these two really long-range siege champs. Candy
Yep.
Tam only being able to bring him back in by landing Rakan W's. So that's pretty much all you can do to keep the ADC in the game here. You're landing
This
every
lane is
Xerath
one of the
just
most
got
oppressive
shot.
2v2 lanes in the game if it's unanswered. This Xerath Caitlyn, they have so much range. It's
We
really
could be looking
difficult
at a
to
Kled kill.
Yeah, as Kled's Q gets
Unless he's able to
canceled.
stack up cancer or
Oh.
Conqueror.
There it
Okay,
is.
wow. Early kill from Sion onto a Kled. That is not something I saw coming. We're gonna get an engage on the Rakan here from the Kron.
Oh, as Sejuani ends up
Lip-locking's
going
a
in,
little low
stacking
on
that
health.
passive. Oh no!
Okay, flash coming out from Sejuani. This is looking like a 4-man bot dive. Flash from Candy Tam. Lots of sums being blown. It's going to be coming out net positive for Apple Valley.
Yep, that is a kill going to the Sejuani as Sejuani flashed in to secure it. Candy Tam does end up picking up this wave. Xayah is down quite a bit of CS, which is kind of brutal. But overall, Sejuani getting that kill is definitely not worst case scenario, as Apple Valley now picking up the first dragon of the game.
I agree. When you get that bot prio, bot prio and mid prio, you're getting 4 people bot, immediately going to a Drake. What are they going to do to stop you? You have so much momentum at that point in time when you've crashed both waves, bot and mid. It's 4 people on the map, all centralized in one location. They can't do anything to stop you, especially with something like an engage coming from Sejuani. She's so tanky, even in early game. Like when she runs that aftershock, she bonks into you, especially the ADC, like lip lock me. You don't have R yet, you're level 4. There's nothing you can do. She just comes at you like a bull and you shout to
The one thing that's underestimated is how tanky she is. Sejuani in the early game, if you connect both sides of that W, she does quite a bit of early game damage, a lot more than you would expect coming from essentially a full tank, right?
Yeah.
So
when you have someone who has just jungle pad at 9 minutes, something like that, 8-9 minutes, it's definitely not something you're expecting for them to be that tanky and do that much damage. But if they're able to do something like that, just charge in with EW and
ooh, as the ultimate connects onto Aurelia, Aurelia ends up
we're gonna get a
flashing
really early
away.
flash there, baiting out 2 ults from the Seraphine and the Sion.
Yeah,
Really good
good.
flash from Aurelia. I like that.
Yeah, 100%. If she doesn't flash there, the Sion ult connects, she potentially gets crowd controlled to death. And the early flash is the guarantees that she does not die in that scenario.
Yeah, she was getting pinched, a little bit of misplay, a little bit of not rotating well. She got caught in river by Seraphine. Surprised she didn't die to there, but she played that about as well as you could in that scenario.
For sure. Now, if we're looking at the state of the game as a whole, Blaine is down about 2k gold right now, but that's kind of, again, as we kind of talked about before the game even started, this is kind of the anticipated outcome. Mid lane, for all that we were, talking about it, the CS is basically even, and Seraphine does still have access to that TP, so that early game aggression was kind of staved off. So it's looking pretty good right now for Blaine in terms of scaling comfortably into this game.
I am a little surprised when you say that. We're looking at even CS mid lane, which is really impressive on Ernestiana's part, considering we have an Aurelia from Apple Valley, which in this entire game of League of Legends, 160 champs, and you say the word CS, the only champ that comes to mind is Aurelia. With those Q spams, you're getting 10, 12 CS per minute every single game, and equal CS with a mage is really, really impressive on Ernestiana's part. I think that's
Absolutely.
very impressive.
Absolutely. As now all eyes are on that Rift Herald as Sejuani now took it, kind of wondering where will she decide to drop it. I would expect it would go either bot lane or mid lane. I kind of expect this Kled to kind of be left on an island as Kled ults in onto.
We're getting an all in under tower. Not going to be able to connect that Q. Really close. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like Sion will just kind of shrug it off. Maybe take a base here, or maybe not. They're kind of dancing
under
by
turret.
the tower. Yeah.
That's bold.
As Kled finally backs off, and Sion will just recall.
Trading quite a lot of HP in the bot lane. Okay, we're looking at a mid gank from the Bel'Veth and the Seraphine. This
All of the
should
skills
be a kill.
connecting. Yes, it is looking very nice. A kill for the Bel'Veth. Very nice getting them back into the game.
This Guardian Rune really has to be putting in work against the Xerath. I can't imagine that's not doing much.
Yeah, no, it's definitely definitely reduced that early game poke by quite a bit, I would imagine, at this point. As now with Bel'Veth getting that kill, hopefully that puts her pretty close to getting Mythic complete, I would think.
I'm seeing those assist pings in the bot side. You have to call jungle in this scenario. You've been getting siege in their tower for 5-10 minutes at a time. They have been perma-shoved in this lane, and there is absolutely nothing they can do about it. You have to be spam pinging your jungler here.
Yeah, they definitely... Somebody needs to help bail them out. As Sejuani also mirrors Bel'Veth.
Ooh, Raph, do you see this Sejuani? You see this Sejuani play?
Yeah.
He's looking a little interesting.
Yeah, they're definitely
Top
both
row,
off
moving
screen.
up.
Yeah. This is, I'm pretty sure we're watching LCS right now with both the junglers just sitting down here at 10 minutes, as that is the saddest thing that I've ever seen. As he gets trapped into getting hit by skill shots. Yeah, just 2 screens away, and there's just nothing you can do about it. It's very interactive. I'm a big fan,
100%, I agree. Okay.
As now, I would expect the next thing to be focused here, the second dragon that is spawning, as Apple Valley's bot lane decides to take a recall. We'll see if Sejuani ends up starting up that dragon or not, as it looks like she is. Starting to solo it, however, Bel'Veth does sniff that there may or may not be something going on in the dragon pit.
Looks like it's going to be an all-in the top lane.
Yeah, backs up, as these top laners have been brawling it out all day.
It is back and forth, when it's not what you expect, man. Like, it's top laners, but like, Sion and Kled. Sion, you're going no action for the first, I don't even know how long, but he's just throwing fists for them.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a scrapper in the top lane, as now, Blaine starts the dragon.
We're gonna be
this time.
sneaking the Drake when they're this far, I wouldn't say behind, but you're getting a lot of prio from mid, top, and bot.
Yeah, Caitlyn does have the Mythic. I don't know about this one. This one's... Oh, they did get the dragon.
Actually managed to pull it off. Wow. Maybe pick up a kill? No, we're gonna be getting flashes from both, but still picking up the kill on the Rakan.
Yeah, I mean, it's not worst case scenario, right?
Definitely
end up
not. Getting the Drake there is
actually
really valuable for Blaine. You're gonna be delaying that soul spike by at least another 4 or 5 minutes. That's actually...
it's not too bad. I wouldn't say it's ideal, but like it's not too bad.
Looks like bot lane turret is gonna be going down at a harsh 13 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, if you're picking Caitlyn Xerath, this is kind of what you're hoping for, right? You just absolutely turbo destroy bot lane, and then hopefully you continue to rotate the Caitlyn around and keep getting more of these
Okay, this is a 3v1 angle. We hear a bot lane. Bot lane is one between Caitlyn, and Bel'Veth shows up, getting the flash out of Kate. Looks like Sejuani is showing for a 3v3 duel in the bot lane.
Nah,
Gosh,
it's
you know,
kind of
it's-
as expected. It is yet again another 3v3 bot lane.
Okay, 4v3 Aurelia showing up. Another dive, you know, there's just so much momentum going for Apple Valley here.
Yeah, this
You
is
know, we're
definitely,
playing
it
to
feels like
scale,
it's,
but-
yeah, it's kind of falling apart for Blaine. It's definitely a bit of a snowball now with this Sejuani being 4-0-2, Caitlyn also being 3-0-3, the Mythic in for Caitlyn.
You know, Caitlyn 303. You play Caitlyn ADC, you're hoping for some sort of siege caster support, and you know, she got it, she got the Xerath. You know, you're looking for the Lux, you're looking for the Xerath, you're looking for the Bel'Kaz. You managed to get it in one of these Pro League games, not Pro League, but esports games, I should say. And there's just so much momentum going for you bot lane. There's absolutely nothing this opposing bot lane can do. Maybe
it's
hopping back on
definitely-
Skarl and going for another RN and picking up a solo Bolo in the top lane. Stacking up that Conqueror so quick on Kled. That's a really good reason why I love running Conqueror on Kled. You stack it up so quick in those all-ins.
Yeah, with that 4-hit passive, he definitely hits you with those 4 quick auto attacks, and that Conqueror's almost fully stacked. And if you get that both ends of the queue as well, that's boom, you're full stacks of Conqueror right there.
Looking
Yes,
like
oh my
another
goodness,
invade.
Sejuani says surprise to Bel'Veth on his blue buff. Wow! That damage is crazy.
The Heartsteel proc, oh my gosh!
That was what we were
Caught
talking
me
about,
very
full
off
tanks
guard.
dealing a boatload of damage. That is exactly what just happened.
You know, 2 items Sejuani, we're looking at 402, 700 gold bounty at 15 minutes, and she just popped Bel'Veth like a cherry. She can walk into that jungle and just own it at this point. Absolutely no retaliation from Bel'Veth there, nothing she can do.
Blaine does look to be hopefully getting this bot turret, so getting at least something in exchange, picking up that objective bounty, giving them
You know,
a little bit
it's-
of influx of gold.
It's definitely not a bad trade, you know, you're freeing up the bot lane, allowing both the support and the ADC to start roaming, hopefully picking up some mid lane CS, which definitely puts them back in the game a lot more. Picking up that turret definitely got them at least somewhat back in the game.
Yeah, I think Xayah should almost have Mythic. I think.
I'd be surprised if she didn't here.
Yeah, there
looks like-
so the Guild Force is
Yeah.
in. So this is kind of right now is your best chance. I think you have to find some sort of fight with Xayah having Gale Force, getting one of those shutdowns onto Xayah, and it's definitely comebackable, but you're
You
gonna
know-
have to pick your fight very carefully. I think.
You're looking to play her on the AD carry here. One of the biggest power spikes that Xayah has is first item, so we're going to be looking to get at least 1, if not 2 picks, just feed them into her. We
Yeah.
need to get her as far ahead as humanly possible here, and I just don't know if it's doable. If you
Yeah.
manage to get some engage onto someone with no mobility, like Xerath, possibly Caitlyn because she didn't go Kraken, something like that, you should be able to pick up a pretty free kill as long as the team's nowhere to be found, but...
Yeah, definitely looking for either the RW from Rakan, the Seraphine ult, or potentially Sion ulting in are the Blaine's kind of main form of engage. So seeing if they can use one of those to try to catch somebody out in a position that they shouldn't be in is the goal, I think, now.
You know, you're playing so aggressively with these champs in the early game, it's actually pretty difficult to get it caught out, especially when Sejuani is frontlining like this. Gonna be looking for an engage on the Rakan. Gonna be picking it up. Caitlyn is spacing really well, doing so much pick damage from so far away. You're not even looking at her on your screen and half your health is gone. Heartsteel
definitely.
trades from the Sejuani and the Sion here.
Yeah, both the tanks handshaking. We'll both give each other a little bit more HP. Here you go, buddy.
no.
It's now that Rift Herald being used mid lane.
Is a
to break
Sion
this
flanking coming? Okay.
Okay. A
Huge
shutdown.
kill onto the Caitlyn. That's
Yep.
really big. Making
Ooh,
an
another
Aurelia
shutdown.
2 for the Seraphine. They're going to be diving into Nexus turrets. Holy smokes.
Yeah, I actually think this is I don't know how to like fine.
This is good for Blaine.
For Blaine, yeah. Losing the inhib this early funnels them a bunch of gold. They picked up 2 of the shutdowns.
3 Heartsteel stacks for Sion. Oh, you gotta love those sounds.
Yeah.
The clangs of Heartsteel just feeding into him is so nice for him to hear here.
Yep. So as long as Blaine can, not lose in the next, 5 to 7 minutes,
5-10
this
minutes,
definitely is hugely beneficial for them to be able to pick up. These
Well,
extra waves that
getting
are
that pick
pushing
on that Caitlyn there when she still has Flash Cleanse, getting that pick on that Caitlyn was just so monumental for them. Taking out the ADC, getting that bounty is just really, really big.
Yeah, you would have hoped it would have went to somebody that's not named Scion, but you kind of take what you can get in this kind of scenario.
In these situations, yes, I agree.
As now that third dragon going the way of Apple Valley. Sejuani kind of
Bel'Veth
looking
is
aggressively in Bel'Veth's jungle, trying to steal away some of her camps.
Bel'Veth can't take any camps, man.
Yeah, she
If
is
the jungle
definitely struggling.
and support are synergizing here, Bel'Veth shouldn't get a single CS for the rest of the game,
Yeah, she's struggling to find even a bit of farm. As now, it should be a bit of a lull. The next kind of major thing coming up is that Baron at 20 minutes.
Baron
As you
gonna be
can
coming
see
up
kind
in
of both
20 minutes,
teams
yep.
generally moving towards the area, starting to set up some vision and prepping so that they can, start that objective when the time comes. I would expect Apple Valley to almost start it as it spawns, to be honest.
20-minute Baron is so very possible in the future, You're coming in with really heavy damage with Aurelia, Xerath, and Caitlyn. Gonna be looking for the R on Seraphine, doesn't hit.
The R is used, Xerath does carry Flash, although that is quite a big cooldown.
Ooh, they're not looking too good for Rakan there.
Yeah, Rakan's getting
left.
caught out by that full tank. Sejuani just cannot be messed with at this point in the game.
Aurelia wants to 1v2 this. She wants to fight this. Unfortunately, not
Does
gonna
pick
look
up a
too
kill,
fair.
however, all the rest of Apple Valley is on the way.
Here they come. Here come the Avengers to take on Bel'Veth.
Yeah, as both Scion and Bel'Veth fall down. So I'd expect now
This should be a free Baron here.
Yeah,
Any
absolutely.
contesting on this Baron and I would be absolutely gobbersmacked, but it should be a
Yeah,
pretty
no,
relative.
outside of some crazy Xayah outplay, it's definitely should be Baron going the way of Apple Valley.
This is probably the best time to look for a pick, actually. We got 4 people sitting on Baron, or 3 people sitting on Baron. Xerath, the caster, is out alone. As long as you pick him off before they rotate. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case, being saved by his turret.
Yeah, unfortunately, that mid lane turret's still there to defend him. So try as they will, it is looking
Man.
not so possible.
You gotta get that mid turret just gone as soon as possible. It allows so much map rotation. They just don't have that, unfortunately. Considering the enemy team has pushed all the way to their inhibitor in the mid lane, it's so hard for them to push up and make that pressure around the map, considering mid lane turret is still there at 20 minutes.
It's about a 13k gold lead for the side of Apple Valley. This is, I don't want to say completely, but it is very difficult to come back from this. You would have to have...
We're looking at a
5.
Unicorns of Love comeback from
Yeah,
Blaine.
this is definitely, we're going to need some sort of miracle to happen for this comeback to...
Setting up a whole lot of vision on the bot side.
Scion does pick up another objective bounty, so that is a little bit more gold into Blaine's pockets. But I'm not sure if that
I just
will
don't think
be
it's enough, Raph.
yeah.
300 gold. I just don't think it's enough to save him here. But who am I to judge? I suppose.
Yeah. So again, as we were talking about earlier, it's got to be some sort of pick. Somebody's got to find some sort of Scion ult, Seraphine ult, Rakan RW, something to that effect on one of these carries with the shutdown, and
Yeah,
try to funnel that gold onto either Seraphine or Xayah.
You're looking for a pick here, and it has to be a happy medium between gold and like the important their role in the game. It's kind of hard to put it into words, but you're looking for a carry pick that's 150 gold into your pocket, but the 700 gold bounty would be great. Unfortunately, Sejuani is just far too tanky for that to happen. Unless you're getting completely 5v5'd in a team fight, it doesn't look like you're going to be taking that Sejuani bounty anytime soon.
I think unless Sejuani is running into all 5 of Blaine at once at this point, she can't die, I don't think.
Even then, man, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something here today like a Sejuani 1v9. We might just see it, man. Like,
she passes over into 4 of them, and she walks out with still 70% of her HP.
Positive HP. She's gaining health off these casters, man.
Yeah.
Getting a Kledar coming in. This looks like a Nexus dive.
Oh, this is a bit ambitious. I don't know if they can go this far. This might be. Oh, maybe it's
maybe a
it's
turning point for
scenario.
Blade.
Yeah, hold on, wait. Might be a bit of an
Really nice offer,
overextension.
Seraphine.
Wait, we were talking too soon.
Seraphine.
Give it to Zion. Oh no! Oh no!
Okay, 700 gold goes to Rakan.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate.
Very less than ideal.
Yeah, if Zion was able to pick that one up, it would have definitely been
Definitely been a huge turning point
Yeah.
for Blaine.
as now.
Still though, getting
I mean,
that
there's
700
still-
gold on Sejuani was monumental when it comes to the momentum for Blaine.
Yeah, definitely still quite a bit of gold into their pockets, so definitely not necessarily something to be sad about. As Apple Valley overextended a little bit, I think they were a little too high on their horse, thinking that they were completely unkillable. I was talking them up as well.
I
not
mean,
necessarily
hey, we all
expecting-
thought their egos were going to be able to keep him
Yeah.
alive there, but I guess we were all wrong.
Yeah, as now.
Still being dead, having one death after having that 700 gold bounty, and you still keep your 300 gold bounty. Can we
Yep.
talk about that Xerath damage? I don't know if you just saw what I saw. Did we see
Yeah.
that full combo from Xerath just chunk Bel'Veth for 80 HP?
Yeah,
Or 80%
Xerath
of
is
her
on
HP?
2 full items. Xerath is on as many items as the mid laner right now.
That's gotta be really scary.
Is now the third dragon going the way of Apple Valley.
Gonna be putting my soul point at 25 minutes, looking very, very comfortable for Apple Valley.
Yep, as it looks like they have decided now is time to end the game. We are going to run it down mid, and you will either stop us or lose.
You know, Raph, for as being as far ahead as they are, being 12 kills up and, 11k gold, Blaine is really holding in there CS-wise, which I really did not expect. We're looking at pretty dead even CS in the top, mid, and bot lanes. Only real one that's significant is jungle.
Yeah. However, the other downside is the kills and the structures.
The
That is
kills,
what
the
is,
items, the pressure, the drakes, the objectives, it's not looking too great for him. We're looking
it's a
engaged
bit
with
of
the
a-
Sej.
Yeah, a bit of a
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, a bit of a swing and a miss, looking for something, but not quite finding anything. Bel'Veth walks straight.
We're gonna run
into
hands with
Sejuani's
the
face.
Sejuani
Yeah.
apparently.
As now it looks like Apple Valley is setting up to siege on this bottom inhibitor turret.
Yeah, bot turret. I mean, okay, if that is an engage that exists.
Okay, a 2-man ultimate.
You're gonna be looking with a
into
pick
Rakan
from the
dying.
Seraph onto the.
Seraphine's
Rakan
dead.
and the Seraphine.
It's a little. The game's looking a little over now. I'm
It's
not
a
sure
little
if-
rough, but
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's much else they can do.
yeah,
from this
there's
position.
the.
As
one
Zaya
more and
also
there's the
falls,
ace, man.
I would expect this would be the
Looking
end of
pretty bad. Looking pretty
game.
bad for Blaine here. Gonna be looking at a bot inhibitor, most likely a mid inhibitor as well, and this very well might be game at a solid 26 minutes for Apple Valley.
Yeah, so
Ooh,
try
this
to- or
CC.
Sion has to try to see if he can clear this bot wave, but also there's a mid wave coming in. I don't think there's any.
They're gonna dive a Scion. Good luck with that, man. Okay.
As
See,
the
without
ultimate used
turrets,
on
he's
some
quite a dead man.
minions, but that is
Doesn't look like
looking
anyone can do
like it
anything,
is-
and it looks like that will be game going to the Apple Valley League team.
correct. So that is a result of a 1-1. So it will be a tie this week for Blaine. That puts Blaine standing at a 1-0-2 so far. So looking pretty good, all things considered. And overall, quite a good showing from both teams. Nothing to be sad about. And we will be back next week again for week 4 of MNVL Spring League game. I would like to thank everyone all for watching, as well as Ryan. Thank you for coming on and co-casting with me. Appreciate the time.
Fun. Thank you for the invite. I had a great time.
Absolutely. It's always fun to watch these games unfold and see what the players can do. And, again, come next week, again, we'll have our next game next Friday. Blaine's 4th game of the season. Should be pretty exciting. 0 losses so far, undefeated. Looking forward to hopefully continuing that again next week. So,
Yeah.
with that,
I'm excited to see it, man.
Absolutely.
I'm
With
excited
that,
to see you all there. I'm excited
Yeah,
to see you all on the stream.
For sure. With that, thank you all for watching. Appreciate your time, and everyone can have